Ladies and gentlemen, buckle in. Today we're taking a ride, not on the information superhighway, but down the back alley behind the digital dumpster, where Nuance went to die. This one's for the folks who miss thinking. You remember that, right? Thinking? That old school mental cardio we used to do before Twitter trained us to bark like sea lions at headlines we didn't read? Yeah, thinking. The act of holding two ideas in your head without one pissing on the other like a territorial cat. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. See, we used to live in a world where people could say, I disagree with you, but you're not a Nazi. Now it's, I disagree with you, so you must want children to die. It's like arguing with a fire alarm, loud, shrill, and no off switch. We're addicted to outrage, and Nuance is the casualty. Let's set the scene. Imagine Nuance as an old jazz musician. Plays a little flat, smells like whiskey and wisdom, used to headline the cultural conversation. Now, he's homeless, muttering in metaphors outside a Whole Foods while TikTok influencers walk past him wearing Be Kind hoodies made in sweatshops. Nuance isn't dead because we outgrew it. It's dead because it doesn't sell. Here's the problem. Our brains are meat radios tuned to reward certainty and drama. Outrage gives us that sweet dopamine spike. Nuance? It's kale. It's a cold shower. It's exercise without a mirror. And the platforms? They know it. They're not designed to enlighten you. They're designed to excite you, then divide you, then sell you a t-shirt that says, I'm right, you're evil. And it works. Because humans are basically chimps with Wi-Fi. Take any topic, doesn't matter. Gender? Say you believe trans people deserve rights and respect and you have questions about hormone treatment for kids? Boom. Congrats. You're now a bigot to one side and a groomer to the other. Immigration? You want secure borders and compassionate asylum policies? Sorry, pal. Pick a team. You're either a heartless fascist or an open borders lunatic. There's no room for and, only or. And the mob will punish you if you dare to color outside the algorithm-approved lines. This isn't just cultural, it's neurological. When you scroll through outrage content, videos labeled destroyed in 30 seconds, or watch this idiot get owned, your amygdala lights up like a Christmas tree on meth. It feels good to hate, feels righteous, like you're on the side of justice, even when you're just a couch crusader in pajamas eating cereal out of a Tupperware lid. Meanwhile, actual nuance. That's slow. It requires effort, listening, suspense, doubt. And we don't do suspense anymore. If a thought doesn't come with a jump cut and dramatic piano sting, we swipe. Even comedy's infected. Used to be that comics would make fun of everything. No sacred cows. Now comedians are split into two camps. The edgy shock jock who thinks yelling triggered is a punchline, and the TED Talk with punchlines, giving you a lecture with a wink. Both are boring. Because both are predictable. And when comedy becomes predictable, it dies. Just like Nuance. You want to know how bad it's gotten? Even science is being chewed up by this binary brain rot. You say obesity is a public health crisis? You're fat-phobic. You say beauty is subjective and people deserve dignity at any size? You're anti-science. Apparently, it's impossible to care about people and health. Pick one. We've reduced every issue to two options. Villain or victim. Ally or enemy. Cancel or celebrate. It's intellectual fast food, and just like real fast food, it's designed to keep you fat, angry, and coming back for more. And the worst part? We think we're informed. We've mistaken scrolling for scholarship. Oh, I saw a clip. Oh, I read the headline. Oh, I watched a TikTok breakdown by some guy with a ring light and a septum piercing. Great. Now you feel like an expert. Meanwhile, you couldn't define quantitative easing if it slapped you with a stimulus check. But you've got opinions. Oh boy, do you have opinions. And if someone challenges them, you don't ask questions. You quote tweet and send your mob. What happened to I don't know? Those 3 words used to be a sign of intelligence. Now they're social suicide. I don't know means you haven't picked a side. You haven't been branded yet. You're a wandering mind in a world that wants tribes, not thinkers. Nuance says, it's complicated. But we want simple. Nuance says, let me think about that. But we want instant takes, with catchy hashtags. And here's where it gets truly dystopian. Corporations have caught on. They're not just selling products anymore, they're selling identity. You buy soap? That's a political act now. You drink beer? Better hope it aligns with your values. You wear sneakers? Those laces better be ethically sourced from intersectional factories with carbon-neutral tears. Everything is a test. Everything is a signal. Everything is ammo. You're not a person anymore. You're a brand with opinions, curated for maximum likes and minimal thought. So what do? I'll tell you what we don't do. We don't fight fire with fire. We fight fire with water, with thought, with curiosity. We stop pretending we're prophets and start acting like students again. We ask questions and we listen, not just to respond, but to understand. We give people space to be messy, to evolve, to contradict themselves without turning them into monsters. And maybe, just maybe, we remind ourselves that human beings are not algorithms. We're not built for binary. We're walking contradictions in pants. Let me say that again. We are walking contradictions in pants. You can love someone and disagree with them. You can believe in equality and still debate methods. You can care about truth and admit when you're wrong. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. And if we want to claw our way out of this hellscape of outrage and empty clicks, we have to build that muscle back. You know what nuance sounds like? It sounds like, I don't agree, but I see where you're coming from. Or, that's an interesting point. I'll think about it. Or, I hadn't considered that. Simple phrases. But revolutionary in today's discourse. They don't go viral. They don't win debates. But they save friendships. They preserve sanity. They rebuild trust. And that's worth more than 1 million retweets. So here's your dopamine rhyme, friend. If your thought fits on a bumper sticker, maybe it's time to think a little quicker. If your views are sharp but your mind is closed, you're not wise, you're just well opposed. See, anyone can scream. Anyone can cancel. But it takes courage to pause. To look someone in the eye and say, you're not my enemy. You're just a human I don't yet understand. Let's bring back the jazz, the offbeat, the improv, the yes and. Let's embrace the gray. The maybes, the context, the contradictions, because if we keep feeding this binary beast, we'll end up in a world where every conversation is a war, every disagreement is a betrayal, and every human being is flattened into a cardboard cutout of their worst opinion. I don't know about you, but I'm done playing that game. This has been Sev, whispering through the static, asking you to think twice, maybe even thrice. And if you're angry right now, good. Sit with it. Let it burn. Then ask yourself, is it real? Is it yours? Or did someone sell it to you? Because nuance didn't die. We just stopped listening for its voice. Turn the volume down. It's still there.